Hey guys, welcome to the final build, the final video of our build of the 1972 Ford F350 4x4 tow truck high side version from Moebius. And this is now complete. And we'll take a quick look at everything we did, and we'll take a quick look at the truck. Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean. I'm Sean, and we're still working on the 1972 Ford F350 4x4 tow truck high side version Ford from Moebius in 1/25th scale. We've been working on this for the last 4 days. Today's day 5, and here's what we have done so far. We have completely built the body and the interior. So the next thing we need is underneath. We have the frame, but we're missing all the engine parts. So we got to put the frame together, we got to put the engine together, and then finish this up. So that's what we're planning on doing today. So this was not a easy build. I put it off for almost 7 months because we got this before Christmas, but I think it's coming out really good. We've added a lot of custom built things, and I'll go over those when we're done the truck. If you haven't already, we go over them as we build, but we're also going to go over it all when we're done the truck. So that being said, let's get rock and rolling. We got a frame to build, we've got a chassis to build, we've got an engine to build. So that is what this video, hopefully we'll have the frame and the engine and the chassis built in this video. And at the end of this video, we hope to have the completed truck. All right, if you want to see any of the smaller videos, go and check them out. We have a whole bunch of shorts on the channel. Hey everybody, so we are now building the engine. So we're just going to start putting the engine together. I laid out all these pieces, and the reason why is usually with a kit you can kind of tell you know what pieces are and everything. But if you look, I mean, there's a lot of extra pieces here. There's not extra blocks. There's not enough for another engine, but you got extra intakes. You've got extra oil pans and other things. So I just went through all the different trees by number, and then I lay them out on here by number. That way I know everything is here, and then I can put these out of the way. Stick those out of the way. So we'll stick these up there. We don't need them for the moment. They're gluing and everything. So we're gonna put all the stuff we don't need up there for now. This truck does come with a lot of extra parts, extra wheels, steering wheels, all kinds of engine parts and everything. So now we'll put this together, and I'll be back when we have all these pieces together. We do actually have some real blue Ford engine paint, so we'll use that. All right, so we have the engine assembly for 3A through 3E. Could paint it now. Usually in these cases, I usually paint them at this point. I don't even put the belts and everything on, but today we're gonna put this completely together. It's a nice detailed engine. You could actually leave the valves off. It shows where the pistons go and everything. So some detail. If you don't want to build the whole engine, underneath there's, you know, the details that you would see in an engine. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, it took about 10 minutes to put together. We're gonna move on. We'll keep building the engine. We did get those tires done right there. So the tires are sitting there and they're gluing the dualies. Alright, so we're going to paint these, which are the backing plates for the wheels, basically your brake backer plates. We're going to paint those red, then we'll put them onto the wheels over there. And there's the air cleaner and the engine. And we will be painting the engine blue and the top of the air cleaner will be blue as well. So we're going to do that, let everything dry, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so there is the engine painted Ford blue. It was, first we put it together, then we primered it with black so everything stands out. Then we sprayed a light coat of Ford blue on it because I want it to be a greasy engine. And then once this dries here in a little bit, we'll go ahead and detail paint it. Alright, so we are putting together the frame and suspension currently. And I think this goes in there. Yeah, there we go. And this one goes. It's actually a pretty simple frame. The suspension's pretty easy. Well, it shows really good where things go. They got some nice ways to show connections and placement. Once you put these two pieces together here, if you look in there, it says to cut the end off. I think we just cut it off right here and there. Probably because that way the toe body fits on correctly. So here we just started with this 1B. I didn't start up here yet, but we're just going to let this one go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 leaf springs and the steering box, and then we're just going to let this sit and get really set, and then we'll move on from there. So we'll go ahead and set this and let it sit for a while, and then we will we'll come back. Alright, so you need to scrape off using the X-Acto knife the chrome. You don't actually really have to. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff when I never took the chrome off. But if you want to do it the way that everybody sits here and bitches and complains about, then take the chrome off. And then we're just going to put this in there, because you'll need these when you put them in. Alright, so there we go. Boom, boom. Alright, wheels are done. Wheels are done. We're gluing our axles right now. Engine's still waiting to be detailed, and our frame is still drying as we speak. Alright guys, so we right now are getting back in. We've let everything dry for about I've let everything dry for about an hour now of this part, and so we're going to continue building the chassis. We put the transfer case in, we have the leaf springs on, so next we'll put in the axles with the drive shafts and shock absorbers. We also put in the exhaust pipe, which I had already painted silver. So we'll go ahead and do that now, and then we'll be back when we have this ready. Alright, one of the things you need to kind of look at, remember how I said, so here's a drive shaft here, and that is that's number, what, 526, 525. But the drive shafts for this, because it's four-wheel drive, are going to be on this sprue. So you're not going to use this drive shaft, you're going to be using this drive shaft right now. This might be for something else, but just remember when you're looking, don't just grab a drive shaft. Make sure you're looking at the right numbers. Alright guys, so we are done building the chassis. It took maybe about an hour. We did cut off the ends like it shows you to do. Everything is sitting in here ready to dry. The only thing I did differently is instead of putting the brake and wheel plates on the chassis, I put them on the wheels to let them have time to dry on the wheels itself. So we're now going to spray paint this. I'm guessing we'll probably spray paint it. It should be, well, I don't know if it would be black. Let me go look up what they painted the frames on these trucks, and then we'll paint it that color, and then we'll probably have to use some dirt and stuff to weather it a little bit, and then we'll do that. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, so here is our muddy, dirty rims and tires. Here is our muddy, dirty frame. That just is an old frame here with the exhaust. And there's our engine, which will just kind of leave the way it is. Maybe we'll dirty it up, but we'll make it a little oily with the panel line accent color. We can make it a little bit oily. We're getting close to having the whole drivetrain done, guys. Alright guys, I'm just test fitting the body on here. Kind of looks like it's got a lift kit or something on it. I mean, it definitely looks four-wheel drive. And I may let it sit high like that. That's pretty cool, actually, because you can see underneath. I don't know, trying to figure it out. So we still have to do a whole lot of details of cab. We got mirrors and handles and gas caps, and we have stuff, all the logos and chrome pieces to do on the hood and a bunch of other stuff. Plus we got to put the engine in there. But other than that, just kind of doing a little test fitting, seeing how it looks. I think it looks pretty good so far. Alright, I was waiting to see how this fit, and now that it's glued in, I can paint the top of this last drive shaft, which I am right here, and I can paint it from underneath. Let's say right in here. There we go. Alright, so that drive shaft is done and that engine is in. So next I'm just gonna put the truck over it, the truck body cab, make sure everything fits there, glue that down, and then we will be back once all that is done. So let's make sure that this is where it's supposed to be, where it's gonna sit. All right, so I'll go ahead and put that in, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, so we put the chrome strip up on the hood, and we put the badging on here, the F350 badges with the, I think they're turn signals. They could just be, you know what, I don't really know. Anyway, and then we're going to put on, now we have the door handles, the gas cap. Door handles and gas cap go right there. We have the side mirrors that we used tin foil, piece of tin foil. You saw me cut it and glue that on there with Mod Podge. You don't have to do that. I just kind of like to do it. And then we use the black Sharpie for the wiper blades, and we'll put the wiper blades. Excuse me, I got the hiccups on. So that is all we really, I think that's really all we have left. Oh, and then we have some things under the hood. We did put the brakes master cylinder in, we put the battery in. So this is glued down. This looks really good. I'm really happy with this model. So it costs, you know, it's an expensive model, and then of course with all the stuff that we've done to it, with all the scratch building stuff, you know, it took some time, but I'll tell you what, for a week's worth of work, I really like it. I like the way it sits high, like a four-wheel drive would. You know, like this is a 70s four-wheel drive, so it's going to sit pretty high so that it can go over ruts and bumps and stuff like that. It's a four-wheel drive. If it wasn't, it would have to be a lot lower, but a big four-wheel drive F350 truck, work truck, this is how they sit. Alright, I'm going to put everything on, and then we'll be done for the evening, and then tomorrow we will, I think we're done tonight, but we'll figure it out tomorrow if we're completely done. All right, I found this step here, probably off of a tractor trailer model. So I'm going to put that step. I'm going to put that step right there. And then, yeah, this side glass, the other one just is so nasty I can't even use it. Can't really use this one. But what I can do is make the side glass frame from these frames. These are from a tractor trailer frame for side glass. And I can make that frame and at least put it in there so that there's a frame for this side glass. And then I can use some clear plastic and just cut a glass out and then stick that in there. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is just a piece of plastic I cut off of a plastic container for disposable mops for our Swiffer mop. And I'm just going to cut this to size. It's really thin, and I'll put that where it needs to be. And we will use one of these from the mirror. We'll use the support bracket from each mirror to be the support bracket for the straight side, and then we will have our vent windows. I don't know if you could see that now, but now I have cut those vent windows. The other one you're going to see because there's a little bit more Mod Podge on this one. And now you can see the vent windows are open. So I just cut the I cut the plastic right there. And the plastic is the vent window, and now they're open and pointing inwards a little bit. So I have vent windows now, so the truck is correct. Is it caught on? What is this thing caught on? So now the vent window is open. You can see it, it's open. So it does have vent windows, and I'm pretty happy. There you go. Sometimes you just gotta make lemonade. So almost done. This is not gonna work. There's nothing for it to connect to underneath. Body's way too far in. I don't feel like building that. So tonight I think we're done. Tomorrow I might put that piece in there, or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just leave it the way it is, and once it's dry put some silver Sharpie on the edge. Maybe we won't even do that. I don't know. We have to put some decals on the battery, decals on the engine, We have to put in the overflow, some other things in there, and then we'll call it done. All right, so I put the vent window in, and I just put a bar made of plastic, colored it silver, and put that where the vent window would be if it was closed. We'll let this sit all night, and hopefully tomorrow it will look correct.
Well, we're waiting.
All right, guys, so let's just take a look at the model itself. Lots of stuff that we did here was stock that came with it. The whole build was stock, except for the two windows here and the vent windows, which we had to put in because the ones that came with the kit did not fit, so we made posts and we made our own vent windows that are open. On the back here, everything is, all the boom came with this came with it. What we added was chains and all the details, the Chilton books, the STP cans, the oil cans, all the tools that you see right here. We added this cable as well as the change from buying them at the Five Below store. We also added this box, this work box. We created the newspaper there, the rags. We added that tire that was there that did not come with the kit. And for some reason this kit I did not see, it may have been in there, but I could not find two of the license plate holders. So we put one here and one on the front. Everything, all the other stuff came with the decal set or came with the truck. Oh, I'm sorry. We also added the red light lenses in here and on the sides. We added those from another truck kit. I don't know, I think it came from another truck kit. I don't think they came with this. They may have came with this, but we put rope and steel rope here, which was part of this steel brass here, and we also put a battery back there. On the side here, everything was, all the body parts on this side, mirrors, and it came with two sets of mirrors. Everything inside, when you look inside, all the magazines and the boxes and newspapers and blankets and all the crap that's in there, we made that. I showed you how. Also, the stickers here, or stickers, the decals, a lot of these decals came from a set we got from Model Roundup for service vehicles, which I showed you, and they were great. I love them. They worked really good with the decals that came with the kit. We did put this chain on the front with the hook on here. We put this sticker came from aftermarket. Same with this plate, came from another kit that I had to put on here, so we had a plate because it didn't have one. And inside, let's open this up. Inside here, I added these two rubber, they're not hoses, they're more of a, I put them in there to represent the power cables and everything else that you would have inside a tow truck. Everything else in here came with the kit, so we didn't really highly detail anything. Whatever came in there came in there. It fit pretty good. I would say you know, it was a 99% kit that fit great. I don't put hinges on my hoods because I just don't. If I'm gonna take them off, I'll just take them off, lay them to the side. And we built the rags, and we built all those books that are in there and everything else. As you can see on the windshield, the hot rod magazines, the Chilton books, the Jegs thing, Carcraft, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that's inside there, handcrafted by me. So it all is piled in there like an old 72 wrecker that would be from the period. I love the fact that it sits high. Now, is it supposed to sit this high? I don't know. I like the fact that it sits very, very high. It does sit flat, and everything fits the way it's supposed to. And we put a lot of weathering on here using pastel paints and craft paints. So you see all the weathering we did. We did some rust, we did mud, we did grease, we did oils, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. We took some really cool pictures of it, which you'll see at the end here, which is photos of it at Walmart's Auto Center and also out front along the street. And we used the bases that we made. We did white out the chrome on the front because this would not have chrome, and then we scraped some of the chrome off. For some reason, I swear the Ford FORD is somewhere on a decal sheet, because I'm pretty sure I saw them, but maybe I did not. Maybe they're on the chrome. I'm not sure. All I know is if this is an old truck, they don't care. They painted this hood 16 different times from Sunday. So anyway, the story with this truck is done. It's one of my favorite builds. I may enter this into a contest down the road, so if you see it at a contest, it'll be there with some of my other trucks. But I really like weathering, although I also like building straight from the box, and we'll be doing our next build straight from the box. But really loved this tow truck. Loved the way it came out, and I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. We put a ton of videos up, and I will make one video which is all the videos combined, probably about 30 minutes worth of the full build. But this is the final video of the 5th day. So it took 5 days, and I probably put in about 2 to 3 hours a day on it. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot for your support, and we'll see you next time.